But Johannesburg Water and City Power have been, since this morning, by the way, bypassing meters in the CBD. It's an area identified as one of the hotspots for illegal connections. The crackdown is aimed at reducing strain on the bulk water and electricity grid to ensure fair distribution. Both entities say they are losing billions of rands to illegal connection. And Newzroom Afrika's Zola Sholwana has been with the team conducting those disconnections since this morning. Zola, good morning. I mean, it's just astonishing when you heard some of those officials say earlier, and maybe you can recap for our viewers who've only just joined us, the impact of illegal connections. It's endemic, and it really is also disadvantaging people who legitimately pay their bills.
Well, yes, indeed, Iman. In fact, residents that live in areas that have, or rather closer to areas where some people have connected themselves to the grid illegally, usually complain about the inconsistent water supply or even electricity. Now, this is a joint operation by City Power and Joburg Water to disconnect illegal connections. We are in the Joburg CBD, and this is one of the residential buildings. I am told that this building was disconnected, a few weeks ago, and they reconnected themselves to the City Power grid. And Iman, we know about the impact that is caused by these illegal connections, the billions of rands that are lost by these utilities. And through such operations, they are trying to ensure that they regain the revenue that they have lost through all of this. Police are also present here to really ensure that some of the residents do not retaliate, because for many we have seen in previous occasions they've tried to fight back, preventing the utilities from disconnecting them or switching them off. But just to hear more about what is happening here, we are joined by City Power spokesperson Isaac Mangena. Isaac, thank you very much for your time. Just take us through what is happening here. And what's quite disturbing is the fact that we have been told that this building was disconnected not so long ago and they reconnected themselves.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yes, we are part of the operation that we are jointly having with Joburg Water and other law enforcement, the police and the JMPD, to basically ensure that we leave what the executive mayor has put on the table for us to clean up the city of Johannesburg as part of the regeneration of this lovely city that we are living with. And as City Power, part of what we are having is the problem of illegal connections, especially from the buildings that have been hijacked. As you can see, one of these buildings and the ones that we have been to have been hijacked, and so we have been going around to ensure that we disconnect most of these buildings. Yes, we were here as well in the previous week to ensure that we do this cut off at this building, but as you can see, they've already reconnected themselves, and that is where we have a serious problem about the reconnections. And we've since realized from our own internal investigations that some of these reconnections are basically done with a little bit of assistance from internal, from City Power officials or even contractors. And that's why yesterday we did indicate that about 5 of those have been fired. Several of them are going through disciplinary processes internally. Others we have really opened even criminal cases with the police because they've actually stolen some of the equipment that they used. It could be the cables that they are using or even the mini substations that they have. So that is part of the crackdown that City Power is doing. We're starting internally with our own people because we know that whatever that has been happening with our losses and everything and operational deficiencies, most of that has been internal.
Now, in terms of the figures, how much is City Power losing? We heard Joburg Water mentioning billions of rands to these illegal connections. In your utility, how much are you losing?
So the previous financial year, we were sitting at about 4 billion in technical and non-technical losses, which includes these illegal connections. So that is electricity theft, that is unserved energy. And that is part of what the Auditor General was basically pointing to say the electricity that we buy from Eskom is not reflecting in terms of the revenue collected on the other side. And it's because of we buy electricity from Eskom, but almost a quarter of that electricity does not basically find its way to our customers and us basically making revenue from it because of the buildings like this one, because of the informal settlements that are mushrooming within the city of Johannesburg. On a last check, we were sitting at about 320 informal settlements within the city of Johannesburg. Most of those have electricity that is illegally connected, but also because of the vandalism of the infrastructure, because for you to connect illegally, it means you have to break the pillar box there, it means you have to steal. If you see the cables that we have just removed here, those are cables that are connecting, we call them ABC cables, that are connecting street lights. It means now the street lights are no longer working, street lights have been vandalized. So we've got in both ways in terms of the losses that we are suffering because of this. And that's why we're welcoming it, that's why we are part of it on a daily basis to ensure that we get rid of this illegality that is happening, so that we can be able to also get this revenue and be able to reinvest in the infrastructure, to reinvest in some of the outages that we keep on having, and we don't have material to basically go and fix those. And we're going to be part of these operations until we have actually cleaned up the city of Johannesburg.
Speaking about cleaning up the city of Johannesburg, the buildings that you are targeting today, did you receive a tip-off?
No, these buildings, remember, they are part of the hundreds of those buildings that have been hijacked within the city of Johannesburg. The ones that the executive mayor has tasked us to go after to ensure that we basically get rid of them. We don't want another tragedies that are happening because of the occupation of these informal buildings. But also, we're cognizant of the fact that we've got a problem with human settlements within the city of Johannesburg. And these kind of buildings, if the owners are not coming through, then the city will have to make sure that they expropriate them and turn them into social or even student accommodation so that they can be useful. Because immediately when we live here now and we bolt them, we lock these buildings, these people will still come back. But if we make good use of them, people will not come back. There will be security and there will be legal people who are staying in there. So that is basically part of what we're doing. So we have identified most of these buildings. We will be going after some of these buildings, not only in the inner city, but also even in the suburbs. You find that there are those houses that have been left by their owners, because our billing system continues to bill these people, and we realize that actually we are not collecting as much as what we are supposed to because of some of these people that are not there, that have abandoned their buildings.
Thank you very much, Isaac Mangena there, who is the City Power spokesperson. Well, Iman, clearly this is, they are fighting a losing battle, because by the look of things, these people will keep on reconnecting themselves to the grid. Perhaps we'll find out what will be the permanent solution to this problem. Back to you in studio.
Yeah, Zola, and that was really going to be my follow-up question, is how quickly are these reconnections taking place? Who are the people who are able to do this? And certainly seems like there needs to be more intelligence around these connections as well. Big impact, though, to the city. Big cost implication. Zola Sholwana with the enforcement teams down in the Johannesburg CBD.